Welcome to another Freedom Talk, where Vivekji takes questions from seekers across the world. Freedom Talks happen on Sundays during Vivekji's Meaningful Morning sessions. If you're interested in joining, find out more about Meaningful Mornings on our website, chinmayaniagara.com. Let's tune into this week's questions.
In the spirit of determination, whatever we start, we have to finish. We're continuing our Freedom Talk with questions from Why Do We? Our next question: how do we catch up on samskaras when we have missed doing them with the same intention? The word samskara means well done. Well done is not related to a period of time. It is not that I should act in a disciplined way when I'm 10 and then become careless. If one lives in an intentional way, every day, in every experience, one will start to be more independently joyous. When should you start this? As soon as possible. Yesterday, if you didn't do it yesterday, do this today. A samskara is not about the ritual, about what you do with your hair or your ears. It is the intention of everything you do being for nobility, being for purification. Once you're clear about that, you will not feel like you missed out on anything. And I've shared the same with all of you. The only samskara that my parents facilitated for myself and my sisters was shaving our head. Chuda karana, it's called. And I know they did this because they felt they had to. And there's the idea that your baby hair should come off and your adult hair should grow in. There's not much more meaning than that. But now that I know our samskaras, or I think I do, I am incorporating all of them always to nurture love, to nurture health, and so on. You start with one of them that means the most to you. And once you start to nurture that and practice that, the others will flow in too. Next. How do we teach teens their responsibilities so that they don't take everything they get for granted, and also what their parents do for them? The last question I think was anonymous. This one is too. What do you think my first insight is going to be? For the parents not to take for granted their own good fortune, their own experiences. We are all experts in deflecting, not in reflecting. I shared in our workshop yesterday that our older son Vyasa, he had bumped his head at Chinmayadhara on the wall outside. And I was sitting beside him and he said, "Who put that wall there?" It's a 16,000 square foot facility. What do you mean, who put that wall there? Who put you there? See how we're experts at deflecting. And that's what parents tend to do. They take for granted their own experiences and then will come to me or to another guide and say, "Fix our kids." Lead yourself. Your kids are watching you. Number 2 is provide your kids experiences, not materials. If you provide them experiences like traveling, like being in nature, those will have a more rewarding impact than a new computer or video game or soccer ball or shoes or whatever it is. they will become deeper rather than more shallow. In our family, our parents took us traveling every opportunity they could. They used to pull us out of school for long periods so that we would have these experiences in Australia and Taiwan and different places. We didn't have a lot of stuff, but undoubtedly we had a lot of experiences. And when you see others who are living in a simple way, then you come to feel that you can live in a simple way too, and not take for granted the opportunity for education and health and so on. And the final question, how can we deal with those who use religion or religious-based beliefs as a reason or excuse to discriminate against others? Firstly, that's not religion. Religion, and I'm going to focus on Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma means infinite nature. Within infinity, there is only inclusivity. There is no exclusivity. There are no exceptions. There are no excuses. So what you're describing is not religion. You can call it whatever you want, but it's not religion. This is not Sanatana Dharma. If someone wrongly is discriminating in the name of Sanatana Dharma, etc., the way I would approach this, number one, you pray. You pray that that person understands themselves and their religion. Number two, you lead yourself. An earlier question was about, does Sanatana Dharma have any teachings on women's rights? Do you remember that question? And I shared in our home, where there's a woman, obviously, Sheila, she makes 60% of our decisions. And my point here, I am leading myself, we are leading ourselves. And by doing so, we're all a community. We know about each other's individualities and families. This is how change takes place. Number three is engage. Engage this personality in a dialogue. Give them references of how Sri Krishna teaches all of us are pearls, and Sri Krishna is the thread that connects all of these pearls. Pearls all look different. Natural pearls look different in shape, in color. We're like that too. Now, what is that person going to say against that? These are Sri Krishna's teachings, correct? And finally, as you accept. So often, we have this habit of debating. We have this intention of proving someone else is wrong. That makes them more stubborn. They dig in more then. You don't accept their ideology, but you do accept them. Your acceptance will be so moving for them that they will be more open-minded towards your perspective. Force, conversion, this does not work for important matters like faith and love. It only works for quantitative matters like numbers and votes and stuff like that.